The story is Apple giving a nice off-ramp to Goldman Sachs and their credit card partnership. That was short-lived. So what does Apple do now?
Yeah, I mean, the story is Apple in the first instance. A Bloomberg source says they've sent this term sheet to Goldman Sachs, offering a pathway to sever the relationship on the credit card and savings account. And our Bloomberg source says this is a process that could take years. The Wall Street Journal was the first to report this offer from Apple to Goldman. And they said in the Journal report it could be 12 to 15 months. But then I come back at you and say, is it an Apple story? Or is it more a Goldman story? Because Apple, either way, according to our Bloomberg source, says it remains committed to doing a credit card and to doing a sort of high-yield savings account. But it looks like they're just going to look elsewhere for a different partner.
Do they need a partner? I'm not being funny, but Apple's got quite a lot of cash, and everybody's speculating about how on earth are they going to use that cash, and maybe lending it to other people wouldn't be such a dumb idea.
Yeah, look, on the Goldman side, they've kind of come into this saying, we moved too quickly, too fast, and therefore we made mistakes. But from Apple's point of view, it's been a real success. Remember, the whole point of Apple offering a credit card or a savings account is to boost that services portion of revenue. Services runs at under 25% of revenue right now. But what I find so fascinating is actually the card and the savings account have done quite well. I think the data that they touted in August was that the program on the savings side had reached $10 billion in deposits. The Journal reported that one of the names that Goldman has held talks with to get rid of this product is Amex, American Express. But for Apple, nothing really changes. And the balance sheet is a really good point. It's not as if it's kind of a risky move for them.
So what do they expect to gain out of this? Like you mentioned, it's going to boost their services revenue. Is that... Like, to what extent? Like, how do we monetize that?
Well, where they hope to gain is that customers that are within the hardware ecosystem, in other words, iOS users with iPhone, iPad, those on Mac,
so
buy
me,
into...
not Guy.
Right, but there is a portion about it. What's so fascinating about this is why Goldman in the first place? Well, because Apple is a premium top-tier product. It's expensive. It kind of lines up from a marketing perspective, like, hey, come bank with us and Goldman, right? The demographic of people that would have multiple Apple devices, and that's the interesting part. It's offering a premium product as opposed to another high. You guys call it Main Street or High Street bank that would offer a similar rate or similar credit offering.